Rapists. They never freed the slaves. They realized that they don't need the chains. They gave us tiny screens. We think we free because we can't see the cage. They knew that race war would be the game they need to play. For people to big teams, they use the media to feed the flame.
And now, there we go. Okay, we're back. All right. Okay. Let's start this over. Let's start this one over again. Welcome back to 2 weeks. To slow the spread, as we are a year and 7 months in. This is our second time recording this because as soon as my man said Biden's acting real terroristic, my equipment just started fucking up and it paused and it just stopped. So
yeah, we know what that means. Now we're being censored.
Super sus, bro.
We're being censored around this motherfucker.
Tell Zuckerfuck to fuck off. All right. Fucking. That's because that's how I probably was watching it, just right through my.
Put the fucking zombie himself, huh? The fucking plague himself. That's the physical representation of a damn plague.
My man's the meme. I found a meme that said Mark Zuckerberg looks like the type of guy to get bitten in a zombie movie and then hide it.
It's that motherfucker. And then by the end of it, you're like, "What? Hold on, what's going on?" This motherfucker like, "Yeah, I was bitten." 4 scenes ago.
4 episodes ago.
Fucking 4 episodes ago. You looking half dead and shit.
No, I'm fine. I'm just tired. That's how they always do it, bro.
Why are you wearing long? You been wearing long sleeves, and we didn't switch three temperatures now. What's going on with you, motherfucker? It's cold now.
Motherfuckers, they always do that though. Oh, I'm just tired. I'm just feeling under the weather. Like,
nah, I'm not gonna lie though. If COVID-19 was a person, it would be Mark.
I could see that.
Mark looks like what a COVID is. Whatever the fuck COVID is what Mark look like.
Well, his wife is from China. Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
For real?
Mm-hmm. You know that?
You learn something new every day. He looks like my wife is from China.
Yeah, I was watching the Dan Bongino show, bro, and fucking I found out that before the pandemic ever started, like I think it was like 4 or 5 months before it started, there was, remember how China was disappearing doctors who were trying to speak out about it?
Yeah, China disappeared the owner of Alibaba, so they disappeared everybody, bro.
So they suicided a doctor. They suicided a doctor who had already licensed a patent on the vaccine 4 months before the pandemic ever started, before anyone ever knew about COVID. Oh.
Wow. It's getting bad, bro. I don't trust the motherfuckers that run this country. I honestly don't.
The doctor's name was Xi Jinli.
Yep.
So, anyway, I have all my... The fucked up thing is I take all these notes in my phone, bro, and then I gotta record my phone.
So you can't even bring them up.
I'm dumb, bro.
Well, I guess we just gotta run down just the shit that's been going on since we last recorded. I'm gonna give you my tone. My tone was I felt like the people we're not. My whole tone the last podcast episode was I didn't lost faith in people. I lost faith that people they really don't care. What I felt like was the people don't care what's going on to them. And that was like my sentiment for that episode. That was how I was feeling at that time. As we go on, I'm starting to realize I'm running into more and more people that are just like, yo, I mean, I'm not a Trump supporter, but yo, fuck Biden. Because of all the shit that's been going on. And like you said previously before Mark shut us down, bro, everybody, it's like this dude is just like the only thing that this motherfucker or this administration cares about right now is if you have a dick and wanting to cut it off, or if you have a pussy and wanting to get a dick. That's all they care about.
I mean, yeah. So we talked about that before it cut off. Yeah. So China launches a hypersonic missile that can circumvent the world, or it's a missile or a spacecraft that can circumvent the world and land a missile in the United States. So they don't have to cross over Alaska because all of our missile defense systems are in Alaska. Because if China conventionally was to shoot a missile, they'd have to pass through the North Atlantic or the North Alaska area. Right. So we shoot it down,
where our
right?
defense is all right.
So now they can do it the opposite way. So now we're going to have to build a missile defense system on the other side. And
where's the border? We don't have no fucking money, right?
Yeah. So where's the money for that? So after they flex like this, right? After China flexes.
That's a big flex.
What's up then? They come out and the Biden administration comes out, our first transgender 4-star admiral of health or what. And they're not even in the military, bro. They didn't even serve. Like, admiral, my guy, a 4-star. And then I don't know if it was the New York Times or Time Magazine. They were like, the first female 4-star admiral. Like, that's a dude. That's a dude dressed up as a girl. Like, no, it's a dude who likes to wear makeup.
This shit is getting out of hand, and it's like they big up these stories that we don't give a fuck about. Like now all of a sudden it's a big thing. Like these things, and obviously I'm saying this. These things are things that they just want us to get our mind off shit. Like the whole Kyrie Irving not getting vaccinated and Dave Chappelle being canceled. That's all bullshit.
We still got Americans in Iraq from the pullout. There's still Americans stuck out there, bro. We just breezed right past that. And then we drone strike a family of an Afghani translator who worked with us. He worked with us and helped us during the war.
Right.
We drone strike him, his 7 children, and his wife, and nobody has a goddamn thing to say about it, bro.
Right.
It was like outrage for like half a day, and then we're gonna slide right past that. When there was like 2 weeks of coverage after fucking Trump killed Qasem Soleimani, a terrorist who's known to plan attacks who have resulted in U.S. soldiers' deaths.
Right.
He killed that guy, and we're gonna have a fucking big old fucking SOP parade for it. You kill a family and 7 kids. Like, you kill 7 kids, a wife and husband, and a guy who helped us. Like, and like that would be an impeachable offense, bro, if Trump was in office.
That would be all day, every day. And this is those are the stories I'm talking about. Like, where things that like would get people obviously up in arms. You know, you get emotionally upset about the things that your government is choosing to spend their time on. But instead, what they put in front of your face?
Gender pronoun international day.
Gender shit, fucking bull. They want to know. Now everybody wants to know if their favorite athlete is vaccinated, or everybody wants to play into the Dave Chappelle stuff. Which is, I'm okay with what he did, but you know it's not as important as what's going on with your livelihood, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So I saw you were upset about it. You posted. You were like, nah, fuck this shit.
Nah, because look, it was real mid, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really that funny, and bro, one of his main jokes was something about a damn space Jew. Like, it was really not that good to me. Mm-hmm. But I understand what he was saying. He was kind of like the message. I won't take nothing from the message as far as like the LGBT. You know, the people. Those people. I'm just saying those people from here on out. Those people get rights that we don't even get. You know what I'm saying? They get, you know, luxuries that we don't even get, and the government cares more about them than they do about us. Like, you know what I'm saying? They gonna get reparations before we do. They gonna get their own land and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's the whole idea of intersectionality. Like, right. the intersection. This person's more oppressed than this person, and this person's more oppressed than this person, and there's levels of your oppression, and not everyone's oppressed in the same way. And if someone's oppressed more, then they take priority over you. Like, and transgender people are more oppressed than black people, you know, so they're more important to the administration.
I seen a video where somebody said we are more oppressed than black people. Now, mind you, I'm one of the person, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm the type of person where I don't even believe that we're oppressed. I believe that they fucking planted a seed in our mind, and we've been doing nothing but growing the bullshit and not cutting the bullshit out. We've been doing nothing but growing the bullshit. But
well, it's made to be that way. You're made to look. Oh, you're oppressed because if that's power over you. That is like genuine power. If you can make someone think that
psychologically
they can do nothing,
right,
and that they need you for help. And they have to rely. That's the overbearing mother. That's the psycho. That's the psycho mother who tells her child, like, you can't make it out there without me. You need me. You need. And they keep the child in the house till they're fucking 42, and then then they're just a useless person. Like,
and see that. And also, I've realized what they're doing to the white people is they're making other races that are not, you know, low income, or, you know, let's just say I hate to say race, because if we're being honest, I can go into any building in America and get exactly what I want as long as I make enough money. So I don't like to say it's a race thing. It's definitely been a money thing from day one. But like, and they're making people with money feel bad because. And I'm going to say white people with money, but people with money. If they make people with money feel bad, they make them hate themselves. So when you have one side basically in conflict with themselves, and then you have one side basically in conflict, like basically roadblocking themselves. You have two sides fighting and psychologically going to war with themselves, and then you have them not focused on the bullshit you got going on.
Yeah.
So you got the quote unquote white people, right? The oppressors, right? You have the white oppressors. They hate themselves. White people don't know what to do and they don't know how to do it. They're afraid. They're afraid to make a step. They're afraid to. We want to stand this way. We want to stand that way. You have most liberal white individuals, or they're not liberal. You have most democratic white people. They don't know what they want to do. They're for everything. Their mind is not focused on the problem. They're focused on everything else and how they're afraid to be them.
Yeah, and it's also not. And you're right. It's not white people. It's rich people.
It's just rich people,
who, or people who make a lot of money.
Right.
Because it's the same thing for Asians. They actually have a cap on how many Asians they'll let into Ivy League schools because they need to let black people in instead.
Yeah.
Because Asians are too smart.
They're gonna always get in.
Yeah. So we get too many Asians here, so we have to have a cap. Imagine if in the NBA we're like, we got too many black people here. We need to have a cap of black people we accept in the NBA. What kind of bullshit, bro? No, like you need to accept the people who are qualified, bro.
Period.
And I'll be honest, bro. Like black people are just super athletically qualified. Like. That's not equality, bro.
And you know what's funny?
Life isn't equal.
And then the same people that are really good. See, the thing is, it's just what I've realized about our race. We're only good at things that we actually try, or like that we do. The only reason why we're so good at sports is because we try to be good at sports. It's a physical thing. It's genetics. But once you get to a certain level in athletics, it's really more about how hard you put yourself in that. How hard you want to be in that situation. You know how many black people that are very educated, that are doing things that they don't speak about on the education side of the game, that are just innovative and just out of this world, and we just don't place importance in that. So think about how the scale would be if more people cared about the education side of the game. It would be just as bad as you would see it.
Well, to change a whole culture, right? The whole culture of the black and white or black and Hispanic community is, well, if you try at school, you're not cool.
Yeah, for sure.
If you try it in class, why are you trying to act white, bro?
Right.
Why are you trying to act white? Because I'm trying to raise my level of intelligence and comprehension?
Right.
That's not a white thing, bro. That's just trying to be a better person. And it's seen as a white thing to better yourself.
And then they got the white people, they're telling the rich kids. I'm gonna just say the white rich kids, because some people don't know. Some people don't understand it's a money game. Some people still really think it's black and a white thing. So that the way they think about things is, that's that white person, that's that black person. So I'm gonna give it from both sides. Let's be honest. Low income area, if you white, black, or indifferent, whatever you are, if you're in that low income area, nobody gives a fuck about you. Period. Don't matter who you are. You could be Asian and look like you. It doesn't matter who you are. We've been in the same. And see, we from California, and not, like middle to low class areas in California where you have the Asian. You know what I'm saying? You have the Asian friends that are in hoods, the white friends that are fucking on bullshit, and then the Hispanic and then the black community. We're all lumped in. If you're in that bracket, you're in that bracket, and there's nobody coming to save you. Yeah. It doesn't matter what your skin color is.
Yeah. The only difference is for the most part, the Asian community is work hard and you can get out of it. For
Hispanic community is too.
We are too, but
now they starting to come for y'all.
Yo, they're doing the same thing to us. Like I see it, and it makes me so fucking sad, bro. They're doing the same fucking thing.
They attacking y'all women. They going for y'all women and y'all the way you guys as women think. They starting to attack the way I've seen some of the ads. I'm like, damn, they want the Hispanic, because they know the Hispanic women automatically, because they know that the Hispanic men are definitely going to be working, and the Hispanic women are definitely going to be taking care of the kids. Yeah. So
we're more traditional in that sense.
They know, like,
right now we're saving up for a house. So me and my lady work, but the way I want it is she gets to stay home, and she'd rather stay home. She'd rather stay home with the kids. They're attacking
the Hispanic women's
and be
psyche.
With the kids.
They're going ham right now.
Yeah, but well that too, but they're also pushing the victim narrative onto us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like who the fuck was it? Not this one we were talking about in Orange County, but the other, there was another one. He was a half black and half Hispanic kid. Dante, right? Is that the one?
Yeah,
I
think so.
The one who was wanted for armed robbery, robbing women with his homies.
Right.
Bro, and he got shot. Don't
With
get me
his
wrong.
homies.
Yeah, bro, he's over out here running the streets, fucking robbing women for their money with other dudes. Like, and he gets shot. Don't get me wrong. The police officer made a mistake. You know, she pulls from her firearm side rather than her taser side. But here's the thing, bro. In Hispanic household, bro, if my mom finds out I'm out here robbing women,
Yo, you gonna get your ass smashed.
Bro, I won't have to worry about the police, bro.
No.
My mom will put me in the hospital.
For sure.
And the way we're raised is you have to respect. Like, if my mom were to beat the shit out of me, bro, I'd just stand there and take it. Because of the way we're raised to respect our elders. Like, our elders know more than us. They've lived longer than us. They've lived through a lot more. And they did their best to take care of us all their life. So, if my mom beats the shit out of me, dude, there's nothing I can do.
Or at least then.
Or there's nothing I will do.
Yeah, you'll just sit there. Even today, if my mom try to whoop me, I might run. Look, at this point,
He said I might run.
I'm not even gonna run. I would try to see if I can exercise my vernacular and see if I can get out of there with just words. But if she feel
Good
like,
luck, bro.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Good luck.
Yeah, but even if I deserve an ass whooping today, I might. You know what? I think I need a good old ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? I even tell myself like, damn, this is one of them times right now when I'm fucking up. I would, I might need me an ass whoop. You know what I'm saying? I'm even so self-conscious, and I'm pretty sure you are too, where you just like,
yeah,
I don't need to be doing this right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll be like this shit all the time. Like, I need to get the shit kicked out of me.
But the
like,
kids today, it ain't your fault. You didn't do nothing wrong. You're just a little ethnic baby who you don't know anything. You're dumb, right?
He's the children of the corn.
Right? Yeah, all these bad monkey babies out here acting like they're children of the corn. Look, fucking yeah, these motherfuckers is acting like these motherfuckers want to be Charles Darwin. They want to represent what the fuck he is. Then that's what
Charles
the fuck they are. These damn monkey babies. Yeah, bro. I work with the kids. I've had the school. I've worked at the school, at the quote unquote worst school in Arlington, Texas. I worked, and now I work CPS, where I'm a guard for the CPS workers. So I'm around these kids, and I'm gonna just tell you this right now. I have been told certain information about how these kids think, and I've seen certain things about how these kids think, and I'm willing to tell you right now. I'm gonna need everybody to stop thinking of these kids as kids because they don't care. They're destructive, all destructive. They want to have children, and they don't want to raise the children. And they say they don't want to raise the children. It's bad, man. These motherfucking kids is children of the corn, and that leads to what we're talking about as far as the victim mentality being given to the parents, and the parents teaching that to these kids. The next generation. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm here, because everybody my age, we're getting it, but we have to be loud about what we know, so we can stop that. And I really need to. What I honestly want to do is get into these hoods, because these parents out there in these hoods is dumb as fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm from an area that you don't want to go to. Well, shit, now it's nothing but $1 million houses around where I was born at. But before the people with money deemed it livable and wanted to get it back, it was a bad area, and we gotta go back. We gotta go back into these neighborhoods, bro, because we know too much to allow what's going on in these neighborhoods, motherfucker. Bro, I'm telling you, what's being bred in these areas is fucking Lord of the Sips, bro. These fucking destructive beings, bro. They're not human. They're like, I'm telling you, these are destructive, burn everything down. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Children of the corn, bro.
Yeah, well, that's why in the Hispanic community, you don't see us, when one of ours gets shot, and they're a lifetime career criminal. We just know that is a logical sequence of events that you're probably gonna end up there. Like,
no excuses. You know you're bad.
Yeah, bro. Like, like in the same way, I understand. Like, and it's a self-reflection thing. Like, I understand when I'm doing wrong and I feel I need to be punished for it. Right? I'm like, fuck. Like, I shouldn't be doing this. This shouldn't. And Hispanics are built into, like, you're built in, or you're raised with a lot of self-reflection, like,
right.
And it's not like proper the way they do it, because you kind of have to parse it out as you get older, and you kind of have to to separate the destructive element of self like deprecation.
You talking about like without like the whoopings and stuff like
Well,
that?
not the weapons, but like being so hard on yourself that you become immobile. You know what I'm talking about? Like
yeah.
when you have no self
Overdrive mode, where you just shut the system down.
Yeah, when you have no self confidence and you're just so fucking hard on yourself, you have to separate that from I need to know what I'm doing wrong, and I'm doing wrong, and I need to fix it somehow.
Healthy internal constructive criticism.
Yes. So, but because it's not taught constructively. Like we have it, like we're raised with it, but it's not raised. We're not raised constructively because oftentimes it'll be like, oh, we did this, like, oh, we did this, or we're doing this, and it's not like encouragement. It's don't fuck it up. Like and George Lopez had a whole thing about it, right? Like what the difference between white people, white parents and Hispanic parents, when he'd be like, you got it, Brent, you can do this, hey, and then it'd be Hispanic parent, hey, don't fuck it up, puto. Like that's how it is. It's don't fuck it up. Yeah. And I don't know if it's a survival mentality thing from like a long time ago, like I can't fuck this up, don't fuck this up or else we're dead, like type deal. Because my grandparents grew up in the 1920s during the real depression. Right. So they realized, you know,
no mistakes,
like starvation and stuff like that. Yeah, no mistakes.
You got to be on it.
And so I don't know if it's that, but as you get older, you kind of have to parse through and learn not positive, but constructive self-reflection, right? So we have this as the Hispanic community. We have this. And that's why you don't see us in the streets about, this gangbanger was killed by the police. And but like, yeah, he was he was doing bad shit.
Right. It's a little more, reality in the thought process behind wanting to tear down a fucking building for the individual.
It's not because we don't see ourselves as victims. We don't see the, he was a victim of circumstance. No, he was out here doing bad shit.
For now,
selling drugs and killing people.
For now, they got y'all trying to be just like us, bro.
Bro, they're doing their damn best. Oh, you're a victim. Oh, it's not fair. It's not fair. Fuck, it's not fair. Bro. My cousins who idolize the highest cousin of us all, right? Is I can't say his name.
Yeah, for sure.
He was so praised for the act of going to people's houses and shooting them in front of their family. People he had issues with, right? He would go to their house and knock on the door. Oh, is so and so here? Oh yeah. Let me go get him. Baba, like right in front of the kids, the mom, everybody. Dude. He was like he praised like a god for that. That is evil.
Yeah. Like, tell me about it.
And so I'm thinking here, like. And they know the deal. Like all of them are like, yeah, I'll probably be either killed by someone else or killed by the cops. Like we know the deal, or we're gonna end up in prison. And when I used to write him, he would tell me like, hey, like you don't want any part of this, because I think the self-reflection kicked in. He's in instituted. The self-reflection kicks in. He's like, you don't want any part of this, because I used to want to be that. I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool, dude. Like, oh, that's fucking ruthless. Like, yeah, like, yeah, And that's why that gangbanger mentality gets you when you're a kid, because you have all this testosterone going, you're building up, and you're aggressive, and you need a direction for that aggression, right? Yeah. And that's the point of sports and martial arts. Like, you learn aggression, but disciplined. But in the Hispanic community, or the black community, it's gangs. You idolize ruthlessness and
sorry to cut you off. No, then also the thing about it is it's a sense of false community. So when you already have a broken family unit, so I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but my mom was in the system. So let's just say no grandparents really on her side. Yeah, I know my granddad, I know her dad, and I know her mom, but her mom was on drugs and she was in the system. So let's just say that family, no. So it's just my mom. My dad's side, his dad was a drug addict who my dad chased all the time to try to get that acceptance. Almost same situation, right? So when he decided not to rock with us, his family was like, nah. So now I'm bringing it to my family unit, which is me and my mom. Now, my mom, me, and then my two brothers and my younger sister. But the reason why I say me and my mom is because at this point, I'm damn near right alongside of as my mom. There's no protective. There's nothing that protects me from seeing what's really going on in life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with the gang would consider a draft pick. You know what I'm saying? I would be a first round draft pick because not only did I feel a strong sense of wanting to be the protector of my mother when I would see her cry and hear some of the things that was going on. Not only did I want to protect my mom and my family, I was the oldest. I was willing to do anything. Not only do I want to do that, but I was also broken. I also wanted something. I also needed a sense of family. I was longing. I didn't know I wanted a mentor and things like that. Somebody, luckily my mom did, and I probably seen me post it, but my mom did one of the things, probably one of the most, like the smartest thing you could have ever done was snow. Okay, this mofo, they all gonna be somebody. So let me go ahead and move. And this is what I was saying. You know, you say your brother was. It's just gonna bring me. It's all in the line. I'm gonna give it to you like this. You know how you say your brother went to the institution and he had time to sit back and think and reflect.
Oh, my cousin.
Yeah, your cousin. My bad, your cousin. Okay, so boom. I was somebody that was gonna be somebody for somebody's game, right? My mom took us out of LA and moved us to Vegas and into a middle class, upper middle class. But really, I'm going to just say nobody was out there yet. So it was open, free, and the fucking children of corn didn't get there yet. So in that situation, I found myself wanting to be better because everybody around me had money. Or had people that had money. And I'm not trying to say because you have money means you're smart. But whenever you're in a situation where it's not as hectic, you get to be a kid and you get to enjoy different things. And you're learning things differently when you have that full household. That's, I'm not gonna say perfect, but you know what I'm saying, that's the man and the woman, and you know what I'm saying, it's a different aspect. So now I'm around these kids, right? These kids that are living like that. I'm not living like that, but these kids are living like that. And me wanting to be a damn aggressive ass hood baby, it didn't work. Yeah, didn't nobody want to be my friend. I couldn't find any friends. Nobody wanted to be around me. I didn't know how to articulate my feelings. I didn't know how to articulate how I felt, and I was an outcast for a long time. Nobody wanted to be around me, and I was suffering internally because I didn't know why nobody wanted to rock with me. But every time I would get a quote unquote friend, I would beat them half to death or do something. Yeah, I would just, and I was taking karate then too. That's why I got kicked out of my karate class by my mom. Not by my instructor, by my mom. I was real good, but I started beating up my friends because that's what you do in the hood. Yeah. You beat each other up. You do ruthless shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't, there's no healthy friend structure in these inner city, you know what I'm saying, in these inner city situations. I didn't know. So me being aggressive and me also kind of internally taking in, like I used to kind of hear and see like my mom get into it with my dad, and you know what I'm saying, all of that bad stuff that you kind of just suck in internally. It was all aggression. It was everything about me at one then was aggressive. And then over time, once I was outcasted, I got real introspective. Then I started reading anime. Then I started to realize I like anime, and nobody around here is gonna call me weird about it. Really, like you still had to back then. You still had people like, "Oh, bro, you're a weirdo." But then I was able to find friends. Like I got my first couple, like white friend, Asian friend, and I was able to find friends that accepted that I liked anime, and things started changing. I started to like who I was really, and I started to find who I was really, and kind of like your cousin, I was kind of outcasted, and you need to kind of to rehabilitate. And I was talking about these damn children of the corn, the way they act, the coddle, and it's not your fault, it's the white people's fault. All that shit goes away when you get around these people, and you have to realize, oh, I'm the problem.
Well, that's my question is a lot of people, they don't have, I don't know if it's the mental tools, right, or anything like that. So I wanted to ask you, so what made you, rather than resent all the people around you, rather than that, what made you want to aspire to be like them?
Oh, I did resent them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Oh, yeah, no, yeah. You're going to go through every emotion, for sure. You're going to not understand why they don't mess with you. Then after that is naturally you start to resent them. Well, F y'all, man, y'all not like me anyway. But then after a while, now you're in conflict with yourself because everything you've done from that point, you thought it was good to do. But after a while, you hear some of these teachers and you hear some of these kids, and they're like, yeah, you know, you might be sent out of the office, and you might, he's really bad. I don't know why he's so aggressive towards us. What? I'm not aggressive. But you're not aggressive. I'm so ready to point the finger at you, but you're not aggressive. I'm aggressive. Actually, I'm the reason why I can't hang around you guys. Okay. So then, also another thing you do, and I started reading. I was big on reading. Started reading, and then I was, started reading manga and everything like that. Which to me, it's underrated how educationally sound you can get just off reading things like manga and certain books like that. Right?
Well, the Japanese value system is extremely integrated into all their culture. Right. And they really strongly believe in their values. Right. And so like honor and honesty and
things you should know as a child. Yes. And then on top of that, my mom was also doing the best she could to kind of structure us up a little bit too. So we would do this thing where if we get in trouble, we have to stand in front of the door. And since I was the baddest, I was standing in front of it. Like sometimes my whole Saturday would consist of me. I'm talking about 10 years old, 11 years old, 8 years old, just standing in front of the door all day. So, and then like I would get off and then have to go to sleep at 8. Right, and this is not even on the weekday. I mean, this is not even on a school day. This is on the weekend day. So everything was coming at me and beating down whatever was inside of me until I got to the point. By the time I was in 8th grade, I was just starting to hit my stride. People were starting to want to be around me, hang around me. We was getting into going to high school and everything like that. And then my mind had changed. I was less likely to pop out. I was less likely to find bad shit cool. I was less likely to think that being dumb was cool because I felt like I was dumb. So I'm like, damn, I'm not cool because I'm not educated. Like where I was, he getting sent out. Oh man, my nigga getting sent out. You know what I'm saying? He getting sent out the classroom. He socked the teacher, man. That nigga, he cool. And then culture shock. Oh, he's getting switched to a special class because his math levels is above all the 4th graders. Then that was cool, and everybody thought that kid was cool instead of the kid getting sent out for socking the teacher. But I was nothing close to the kid that was getting sent to the higher classes because his math and reading level was above 4th grade level. So stuff like that, it made me realize, I'm not cool. I'm not, the way I think is not cool. And that was the start of me becoming different. Then we moved back to California, and I got another culture shock where it was cool to be that person again, kind of like fighting and all of that. That was rewarded, smoking weed and running across the hallway with Jerry curls and shit like that, and fucking Dickie shorts and socks all the way up to and Chucks, and that shit was cool again. So I was like, I found myself in another internal battle because I couldn't as quickly turn off I was in the middle, but I was always kind of still out. Now I was in a situation where I was just straight outcasted. I always kept one friend because I didn't trust people, because I didn't know, and I was the one friend, of course, that it had to be a mix, kind of like me. But as you can tell, nobody's gonna be like you, where they have to be like tapped in a little bit on the hood stuff, but also like kind of like stuff outside of the hood stuff. But it was hard because it was like, okay, bro, these kids definitely think I'm weird because I'll sit there and I'll read and I'm not about to stumble on these words. You know what I'm saying? I'll sit there and I'll have a conversation about what we just read about in the class. And yeah, I might suck at math, but I mean, as far as literature and everything go, we're gonna have these. I'm having deep think. You know what I'm saying? And these kids looking like, this nigga, we want to fight this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, they like, this motherfucker, you not sagging or none of that either. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing pants that are on my waist. I'm wearing a nicely fitted shirt. My mom is sending me to school with Aeropostale stuff on. These motherfuckers wanted to beat me up. I'm not gonna lie, bro. And then I'm still like this to this day. I have a way of talking shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't never mean it maliciously, but I just do it. So yeah, these motherfuckers want to beat me up, and this is in Victorville too. So I toted the line a little bit, and it got a little dangerous for your boy. You know what I'm saying? But then we moved again, and I kind of got more street sense, and then now I'm all the way at and we gonna blow past how I got to this point because it's unnecessary, but you need that, and all of that was in the beginning it was their fault. and now I'm gonna tie it back to what we was talking about, where you're teaching people to basically accept no accountability for the actions and the way they are. All of that is what you need to beat that, to beat the no accountability. I was very accountable and very self-aware of who I was. I was a dangerous individual. I wouldn't want my daughter to be around me. I pray to God I have a kid that doesn't have to see and befriend a me. You know what I'm me then.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot of accountability to get past that, and that's exactly what they're not teaching. Like you're saying, they're not that, like all of that, what I would just said, all of that, what I went through and everything like that, bro, that's frowned upon in today's time. Now it's nobody does nothing wrong. You didn't do nothing wrong. You're just a dumb little black kid. You don't know anything.
You're just a victim. Like, that's the thing. It's not your fault because you're a victim.
Right.
But give me 1 second. I need more coffee. Hold on.
My bad, bro. I bore you out. I bore you out.
No. I always drink 2 cups of coffee.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's my minimum before my brain kicks in. Because I know to see it, like, even my thoughts aren't completely coherent right now.
Right.
Bro, coffee is. You know that I was listening to a neuroscientist. They say coffee is really like a psychedelic because it removes a layer of fog between you and the reality.
Sheesh. Now coffee's legit, bro. I mean, the energy drink I drink, it has a little bit of caffeine in there. The Celsius, yeah. So I fuck with it with the amino acids and everything in there that I like so much.
Yeah, but I was listening to a neuroscientist. He was saying that caffeine is a psychedelic essentially, because it's removing a layer of fog between your perception of reality and reality itself.
Okay.
So I was like, oh shit. I was like, no fucking lie, dude.
Shit, still not gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it one day. And when I'm in the game, I'm in the game.
But yeah, so they teach that you're a victim and that it's not your fault, right? And so then you're always abdicating responsibility, right? And so with the older generation, my generation, you're not going to find so much of the Hispanic community. Oh, you know, this criminal was killed by the police, and it's what's it called? You're not going to find that a whole lot. So they're starting to work on the new generation of kids, and that's what I noticed.
And parents, the parents are younger, and they already got them.
Yeah, so they're starting to work on this new generation, so that way they can get them to think they're victims of the police or whatever through the life choices that they've made.
Right.
But they haven't, because they couldn't get the older generation, right?
Our generation. They did. It's half and half. It's half, because for every you and me, there's another.
Well, the thing is they focus because the black community was so much more culturally influenced, so much more culturally relevant. You guys influence almost every aspect of the culture.
For
right?
sure.
The black community has massive influence, so they focus more on y'all. They didn't focus so much on the Hispanic community.
Oh, okay, my bad. I was looking through my lens, but you're right.
Yeah,
right.
Their focus was on you guys, not on the Hispanics, because the Hispanics were real quiet and we just wanted to be left alone, and we'll work hard and we'll do our thing. But this whole ideology, this whole like religion that they've built, means you need the brown people to feel that they're victims too in order to help overthrow the system.
For sure.
So that's the whole idea behind, the whole system's corrupt, we need to overthrow it, blah 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 blah. Like, the system is what got us here, bro. The system is why we're not starving. The system is why we have a surplus of food, and why none of us are murdering each other for food. You know, like, the system is why we're not eating our children. Did you know that in Russia, when communism was like real fucking strong, people were eating their children?
I believe it.
Yeah,
what else do you?
They were eating their children,
right?
And people who didn't look starving were murdered because they knew you had food. If you didn't look like you were starving,
right,
you're hiding food, you motherfucker. And they were killing those people and taking whatever they had. Like, could you fucking imagine, bro?
Well, that's what they're trying to turn us into.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's report on your fucking neighbor. You know, like the what is it? Facebook was encouraging people to report extremist activity on fucking Facebook. The government, fucking Jen Psaki, she's like, we're sending posts to Facebook and making sure that they're looking into. You're curating the fucking content, bitch. That shit is real Stalinistic type shit, bro.
But like I was saying before we got shut down, I'm starting to see an uprise in your everyday working individuals. They're starting to see the bullshit. I feel jubilant. I'm glad that people are like, this motherfucker. Look, I hate Trump, but this motherfucker horrible. Cool, you can even have that. Even if you have that sentiment, I'm glad, because you're seeing. Because pretty soon you're not going to say you hate Trump anymore. You're going to be like, damn, I wish we kept Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some people you probably know, like, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about now. Like, I know you're starting to see people like, hey, bro, can you tell me about Trump again a little bit more? Because I didn't feel this bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so funny because you have those people waking up, but then you also have the people who go deeper into the Trump derangement syndrome. Everything is fucking Trump's fault, right? Yeah. And so, like, I talked to these people, bro, like, and it was funny. I was just talking to one of my good friends yesterday. I really respect these people. I don't just because of their views, I don't degrade who they are. Right?
As you should. Right?
They're still people. They're still people that I love.
Right.
And so he was saying that there were these policies happening under Trump and this and that. I'm like, okay, well, send me the policy, bro. Like, I'd really like to read it, because I really would. Because if Trump is really doing that shit, I want to know, because I'm not going to vote for him again. Yeah. I'll vote for. I'm really hoping DeSantis runs. And don't get me wrong, I fucking love Trump. But if these policies are
what he's really doing,
then hey, he's betraying my trust.
Yeah.
So I told him, hey, send me those links, bro. Nothing. No reply.
Oh yeah, you'll never get facts.
But then later on he'll reply to something else that he disagrees with, and I'm like,
so we're not having a factual.
Yeah, like
constructive conversation right here.
And it was the same thing with the Georgia bill. Oh, Texas is passing this racist fucking voting bill trying to suppress the vote, and I'm like, what? I was like, well, so send me the link. Oh, you can just look it up. So I did look it up, and I did a whole fucking thing about it, whole little fucking podcast about it. Yeah. I read through all fucking 90 pages or whatever the fuck it was, 89 pages. Not a single goddamn thing was about any kind of race. It was, you can't be a political actor handing out promotional shit like water bottles that say Biden 2020 or Trump 2020. You can't be exchanging political favors for like food or any kind of bribes. You can't do that. You have to have an ID. Right, you have to show your ID.
Right, which eliminates even those things even being in use, because you most likely doing those things to get somebody to vote for you who doesn't have. So if somebody needs food, of course they're gonna vote for Biden because you out there giving them food.
Yeah, and so I go, so how? Well, I mean, I don't know so much about that, but I'm like, how is not getting a water bottle in line voter suppression?
Right.
And you can't. These people are, it's hot outside, and okay.
Just answer that.
I'll give you that.
Right.
Why can't you bring your own water bottle? It says nothing about that. It also says that workers will be required to keep stock of water to give out to what's it called, because they're considered neutral, poll workers. So why is it important that a political actor give water? Like, how is that voter suppression?
Why do you need the product with propaganda?
And I go, and another thing is, if not getting free water and free food is if I can't get that, I'm not going to vote. If that's your line, bro, I suggest you rethink your priorities.
Right.
I'm not going there. I'm not going to vote because I need free food and free water, bro. I'm going to vote because this is like the future of our republic.
Right. Hey man, speaking of laws, do you see this? Abbott is out here letting his balls hang. Do you see what he like? Ain't no abortions out this bit. Ain't no mandates out this bit. Abbott like, look, motherfucker, we're not doing it.
Well,
boy.
Well, his law is exactly my line, which is crazy because my line is the heartbeat.
Right.
Like, I think abortion is okay up until the point that it has a heartbeat, that the baby has a heartbeat.
Basically, not murder. Just don't murder people.
Because the baby is now alive.
Yeah.
Doom, 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 doom,
yeah.
That's a very, very plain sign of life.
Abbott letting his nuts hang right now.
He said, after the baby has heartbeat, you are no longer allowed to kill it.
Facts.
Okay. That's fine with me. He banned abortion. He didn't ban abortion. He just said you can't kill babies.
And you know, the only people that care about it is not really people in Texas. It's like people outside of Texas.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, just and then all the California people were like, oh, well, I'm not gonna stay here. Go, leave, bro.
You the motherfuckers we want to go anyway.
Go. That was the whole point.
Get out of here.
Let us do our shit. You can do your own shit in California.
Man, we don't want your kind around here. That's the line I use for them.
We don't want your kind. We don't want your kind
around here. Then he was like, look, we're not forcing no mandates for nobody. See,
no mask mandates, no vaccine mandates, bro. And businesses are gonna be fined if they try to implement those fucking mandates in those type of policies.
He letting his nuts hang,
bro.
I'm like, oh my god.
Bro, I was like, cause don't get me wrong, I was a little worried too that he'd be like, oh well, just leave it up to the businesses, and because that's tyranny through corporation. But he straight up said no company will be allowed to implement any kind of policy like that.
Going straight to OSHA.
Or else you will be fined for every single employee that you do that to. And I think the fine is something like $15,000.
And this is last year, huh?
No, this is like a couple months ago.
No, I'm saying like this is his last year being governor, right? Like he's on his last term, right?
I think so.
I'm glad he let his nuts hang for this last, because I don't think he was this bold. He's bold now,
bro. Him and DeSantis, bro. But I think it's because he might be looking for a presidential run in 2024.
Who?
Abbott.
Mm-hmm. I'm voting for Abbott. Fuck. Hey, he's like, we not killing humans, and we not forcing nobody to do nothing they don't want to do with their body.
Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because people will be like, "Oh, that's a contradiction." But you can tell women what they can do with their body, bro. A baby is not your body, bro. The baby's not you.
Well, if it has a heartbeat, that's that individual at this point.
That's a whole separate code of DNA
for sure.
A whole set.
It might come out your whole, but that's a person, brother. That is a whole living, breathing individual at that point,
bro. And so I think it's because he has his eyes on a 2024 run.
I'm voting. Look, I know you like DeSantis, but the way he let his nuts hang these last couple months, I'm voting. Ain't everybody got their rights to carry too? He like, look, we're going to even the playing field. If these criminals can go around with the guns, then regular people can too. Oh, bro. He is a hero in my... Bro, I'm looking at this dude like... This is the only bright spot going on right now is the way Texas is handling stuff. Bro. Texas is like, yo...
Florida too, though. DeSantis is killing it, bro.
Yeah.
We're not allowing men into women's bathrooms. I don't give a fuck what you dress like. We're not doing that. We're not teaching critical race theory in schools.
They are 10 hours away.
We're not doing that, bro. Like that shit is like, I'm like, okay, DeSantis.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. If it wasn't for Florida being so expensive, that would be another potential place.
And when he told Biden too, fucking after Biden was like, oh, thinking about these vaccine mandates and shit, and he goes, if you want to implement that, I'm standing in your way. So come in what's called, come and deal with me, bro.
Out.
That was DeSantis.
Zip.
That was DeSantis.
Right.
And then Biden released like a press statement, or he was doing an interview or whatever, and he's like, he's all, I'm going to do what I can to get these governors out of my way because, federal law supersedes state law. Only in certain cases, bro. Only in certain cases. What you don't understand is it does supersede it, but federalism is the states get to do what they want.
For sure, and that's honestly constitutional. That's people don't understand. State is really state. State is literally the correlation of community, but and legally community is like the county. Community just means county. Mm-hmm. So people don't understand state is everything, which is the state. It's everything, bro. It's all about. It's really about the individuality of that company, because each state really is their own company. Mm-hmm. If you want to dig deep into how it all started, so nobody can come and tell no state what to do if it's not in that state. Mm-hmm. And Texas has always threatened the right to leave whatever's going on with America. Mm-hmm. Because Texas has enough resources for sure to be their own country if they want to be, and they've always threatened it. Mm-hmm. And they can and
bro, I think it was funny because what I told you about the South again,
right?
I was telling someone else, I was like, I for real think that the South might secede again. I was like, but it's so funny that 200 years ago it was we want the right to keep power over people,
right?
And now it's we reserve the right to let people be free.
And you know what, bro? As I'm getting older and I'm starting to get some of this knowledge, the majority of the people that fought them wars, or the majority of the Confederate people that was fighting them, it was like 75% black, and like the other rest like white people. So the people that won that Confederate war was really black people. And then you got to think about it. It's always been more us than them. You think about it, like, and I'm saying now I'm about to go logically. This is legit. So when they say that our people came over in boats, they're not talking about us, because a way to be like a form of punishment back then was basically extradition, getting somebody away. So like Australia is a country full of criminals. You know what I'm saying? So the UK would send their unworthy, unwanted people. They would send them in ships over here to just because think about it logically. Why would anybody come over here and not know the land, not know how to cultivate the land, not know how to survive this land, not even know if this is a all the way hot country, if this is a all the way cold, not even know the weather, not know anything about the country? Why would anybody come over here if they weren't sent basically to die? People were sent here to die. So when they say people came over here and changed, not our people. Yeah, they're right. People did come over here and change. The criminals, because back then that was a form of punishment. You would send people over here, and then you think about it. Just use your brain. Think about what you've heard. Oh, they said, we came over here because of we didn't. They said that the people that came over here wanted to be Puritans, and their religious beliefs didn't go. No, because of their religious beliefs, they got sent out. Because it was a crime to be what they were, which I think it was
Protestant.
Right. So it was a crime to be that religion in the UK. So they sent them over here because we were over here. They called us savages, right? They called us savages. This is what we were when we were over here. We were savages. So they sent the people to the savages, and lo and behold, that was not the case at all. And if you think about all of the people that fought that war, the Confederate War, it was mostly black people in an area.
You're talking about in the Union?
In the Confederate, in the Civil War, basically, right?
Yeah.
And
the Union was the people from the North who were trying to free the slaves.
No. But that's what they tell you, though. They really was trying to get some of this Confederate money. Because if you think about it, we had all production. Think about where they got indigo, cotton, all of that stuff. That was all from the South.
Yeah.
So they weren't getting none of that stuff. Up in the North, they don't really. It's more so production companies.
Oh, so you're talking about an economic advantage.
If you can take the South, you can get the majority of what the South has. The South, if you think about it in America, it's either the West Coast or the South that has the majority of the things. If you think about up north, it's more built like kind of like England and in the UK, where it's really cold and it doesn't, not too many resources can come, and the resources that you may be able to get is only seasonal because the winter comes and takes everything down. Unlike Texas, unlike the South, where it's usually hot, the weather is prime for everything to grow. You know what I'm saying? Like you can grow oranges. You can only grow oranges in 2 states, California and Florida. You know what I'm saying? You can grow cotton in the South because of the humid weather and everything like that. The Union was trying to capitalize on, they were trying to take what the South had, because the South had everything. And then if you also think about who was in charge of everything, it was more black slave owners in the South then than it was white slave owners. It was more black people that was winning from that area then than it was, because you got to think about what was black. Black only now is African American, but black back then was to them what they literally called us was Native or Native American or Native. They were Native Indian. So who they call black now was Native Indian. So the people that were good, and also if you think about it, who else was cultivating the land?
The Indians.
How can you get somebody from Africa to come cultivate a land if Africa doesn't have the same land as America? That doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, I'd assume that they train them, they teach them.
But you can't train somebody if you don't know how to do it.
That's true. But by this time they've already taken everything from the Indians, no? They've already kind of taken all their techniques.
But you really can't. You got to think about how long it's took. It's only been how many years? Only been, what, 20 years?
From 1776 was the founding. And then we had the Civil War in the 1800s. I think it was the end of the 1800s. No,
It's like been 400 years? And then that was only, what, 100 years? 80 years?
something like that. Yeah. But you got to remember, people only live to be like 30. So it was a couple generations.
And then you got to think about it, which we know they said they came over here sick.
Mm-hmm.
So how many years did they have being sick, having to learn the land and all of that to where they automatically knew how to play? They ain't no shit. And they were being nursed half the time. And then their kids were dying because they had illnesses and things like that. So really, when you think about it, the 13 colonies are northern, except when they get past like North Carolina, South Carolina. But the original 13 colonies, like up, those were all, that was the original North. And that's the first place they kind of took over because it was like nobody really wanted, it was people up there, of course. Mm-hmm. But if you really think about it, they, you know what I'm saying? They didn't know this. And you could ask anybody that knows about soil and things like that. Mm-hmm. The agriculture here is definitely different than it is in you know, understand the UK is an island, bro. Mm-hmm. It's an island. Yeah. The island is not going to have the same soil base as a whole state like a Texas. Mm-hmm. Right? Where there's 4 different soil bases in one state, where there's different soil in it. You know what I'm saying? You're getting different climates in the same state. You know what I'm saying? In California, where literally up top is the woods and the bottom half is, you can't tell me somebody from the island knows how to cultivate a state with different, you know what I'm saying, type of, you know, with different type of soils and everything like that.
This is where you be getting me, bro, because it's a lack of knowledge on history.
But the only reason, it's not a lack of knowledge. You know it. It's just, it was his story that he told you. Mind you, we're in their school systems. Right, we're in the founding. We're in the. I wouldn't call them founding fathers. I would call them the establishing fathers. They just established what they're really good at is just establishing the shit and rewriting. It's all propaganda, bro. And it also comes with the. It also comes with the what's going on today, where you're basically teaching kids to not, to not think up for themselves, to just accept everything. Of course the rhetoric is going to be that way when we had our own shit. Of course we had our own shit, and then, you know what I'm saying, we've had paid propaganda. Our own people come in who were paid millions of dollars by other people that are not our people to tell us that the grass is greener on the other side, when really there was really no grass on the other side. Once again, we got tricked into another situation where we had to go cultivate. And now we in these situations that are not ran by us, not owned by us, and now we're getting taught a rhetoric that we can't stop. Because think about it, how many families are set up to not send their kids to private school? That's like the 1%, you know what I'm saying? So all the kids have to be taught the same, the same thing. And what all the kids are being taught, that's not a state thing. That's a country thing, right? It's a federal thing, right? So everybody's on the same curriculum.
Well, the curriculums vary. They do, because it's like the school system is funny. It's half state and half federal, right? So you have the things that there's a certain set of things that are required by federal, and then the states have freedom from there.
But and I said all that to say basically, like,
what cool thing about the Texas school system is they actually teach you life skills.
They do. Yeah, I was working. They definitely teach you how to. They definitely, yeah.
Because my oldest is in
woodshop,
human services, or something like that.
Okay.
She's learning how to sew, how to wash, how to there's a bunch of stuff. I was like, you're learning how to do all that shit? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, huh. And so she's like, yeah. She goes, and it's pretty fun. Like, you're learning how to do things. And I'm like,
because it comes natural. A lot of these things are natural. That's why when like a lot of Hispanics come over here and they instantly just start doing like flooring and being carpenters and stuff like that. It's really natural. Like things that make money other than being a millionaire, basically. Like these are natural things. Plumbing, basically agricultural work. It's all natural. It all comes natural. Because what did you do? In South America, they tended to their lands. In North America, we tended to our lands. We're all native to this big landmass they call the Americas. And all we did was tend to our lands and do what we did, we all did it, naturally, and did it, I guess, the way they did it. But you know what I'm saying? It comes natural. It's like it's almost innate. You know what I'm saying? It's like when they talk about things that you do primitively, it's almost primitively that we can do things that, as far as like before I came out here, I was laying down carpet and everything like that, and I was new to it, but I was like, damn, I could do this for real. You know what I'm saying? Things with our hands it's in us. It's not even a. Yeah, you got to learn to do it the right way and got to get good at it, but we pick it up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we did. That's really what we did.
Yeah, we're almost like naturally mechanically inclined,
right?
And that's why my dad, not having any kind of mechanics degree or any field into mechanics,
just get out there.
This motherfucker took apart a whole engine,
right?
A whole engine, cleaned it, and then put it all back together, and put it back in the fucking car, with no experience, no experience, no education. This man had a Polaroid camera and took it off piece by piece, took pictures to make sure that what pieces go where, and that's how he did it, off of a Polaroid camera, bro.
Primitively, it's innate. And I said all that to bring it back to, I don't necessarily think that the Confederate War, I think propaganda and history will tell you that it was about a civil war, but it was more of us fighting. I think it was I think that was more so of we not just going. I think that was one of our wars. That was one of our wars where we're just like, no, motherfucker, we're not gonna let y'all just come like, take our shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep that shit up there with that bullshit y'all on. Y'all trying to kind of cut, like y'all trying to take over our shit because we got more shit than y'all. Ain't nothing up there. It's all fucking cold, and we can do the shit year round around here. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was, because we all, a lot of us really come from Oklahoma, Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Oklahoma, Louisiana, Texas, Florida. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our family, like my family, like majority of my family, if it's not Ohio, Oklahoma, or Louisiana, that's over here. You know what I'm saying? So we were like, nah, bro, y'all not just about to just come, y'all already doing the bullshit y'all doing now. Y'all lucky y'all got away with that. We're not just about to let y'all. So, and if you think about it, they had more black people in the war. If you read it, and even it says, even in their history books, they give us gifts and cookies, but you just got to read outside the lines. Of course, it was more of us fighting. Not because they just had some type of mental control over us. Like they try to make it seem like it was a mystic mental control they had over us. No, it's because we was fighting for our own shit.
Yeah, well, I did hear that there were black slave owners in the, what's it called? There was it was one that I came across a video.
And who'd they say won? Think about the manipulation that they say. Who'd they say win?
The Union.
They said the Union won.
Yeah.
Does it look like the Union won? It's still hella Confederate out here. I mean, in the South. From what you see.
Oh, I mean, as far as like what, like the pride in the Confederacy?
No, well, I'm just saying, like, just come out and just does this look like this is okay? Think about how New York and how the North is ran, and then think about how the South is ran. Does it feel like they won?
Oh, you're talking about the way the culture is.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing is all the people who were established in business and made their money in the North,
right?
They came to the South and bought land after the war was over. Right? So they came to the South and bought land, and the people who now don't have free labor had to go to the North to make a living. And it was a little bit of like a swap in culture. Right, it was a little not there wasn't like the big switch or nothing like that, but it was like there was the people in the North came down to the South and were like, all right, like I got all this money because I made it in business, I'm gonna buy some land, And so you have a lot of that. So are you saying like the union culture came down here and now the union owns here?
No, I'm saying there's no such thing as a union culture out here. It's still hella south. Whatever the southern type of vibe was back then, it's still the same. What it sounded like to me is motherfuckers wanted what was down here. Like it sounded like they really wanted whatever was not just the land, but it sounded like, okay, we gotta live like them because we're not living like this up there. It's not as big. It gets cold. That means they can only do things at a certain time of the year. And you can do this year round down here. It's beautiful. It's beaches and everything down here. Lots of land, lots of resources. The South can succeed if they want at any time. It's what it sounded like to me was motherfuckers was mad. Think about it, like, oh God, why do we settled in the wrong area? We damn near settled where we came from. We want to go down there with them. No, you can't come down here. You gotta stay up there. And if you do come down here, they all started acting like us. They just wanted a piece of the lifestyle. They didn't want to. And the history books say they won. Nobody won. What it was motherfuckers was like, we either gonna fight this or not. And whatever happens, we just want to. Can we please come down? It basically this was a please come down here situation. Can we please be a part of what's going on down here? Because it's not as lovely up there. You know what I'm saying? Like they came down here and they would just make this stay seasonal housing. You know what I'm saying? To beat the winter, and then before you knew it, everybody who came down here stayed down here. Anybody was not trying to change the culture or nothing like that. It wasn't. It's a lot of BS. But I only said that to say like. Back from what you were saying about the war, is they try to make it seem like, oh, it was like that's why do you think so many black people today would still fight for Texas, Louisiana, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi? Why do you think so many black people will still fight today for these places? These are still our places. You know what I'm saying? These are still us. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I was thinking in different terms. I was thinking in terms of slavery culture.
No, but they said they try to make it seem like it was because we were enslaved. No, because this is where we are from.
Well, but we did have the slaves though. We did have.
But it's
they
not.
Did enslave.
The number that you're thinking is not. First off, slavery wasn't even what it was. The way slavery is today, like the way we think of slavery today, it was literally that way people think about it was literally from a movie, with the chains and the whips and all of that. That's all from movies. It was easier to be a slave owner back then because the majority of people that you were enslaving were people that were poor. So slavery is no different than it is today. It really is people that need money.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get it. It wasn't only black slaves. There were white slaves.
No, but
and all that
it's
stuff
indentured
too.
servitude.
Yes.
And they try to make it seem like, oh, it was changing the whips. That was the Kunta Kinte movie. That's before people... Think about it. Or you wasn't alive and I wasn't alive. But if you go back and think about what slavery was, you won't be able to find any piece of nothing that'll let you know it was change the whips until you watch the Kunta Kinte movie.
I don't know, bro, because they did have it was rudimentary photographs, but you can find old photographs where they're beaten.
They were pen drawn photos, but they were written. They were written out. It was pen. It was propaganda. It's all propaganda to make you feel like this is what it was.
Don't do this to me, bro. You gonna get me? You gonna get me caught up in a wormhole? Only because I understand it, because that's the whole reason. That's the whole reason, like heroin and cocaine and marijuana or weed, all that shit's illegal because of propaganda. Like, because it was, it makes the black man violent and shit like that. And so it was all lies. Like,
everything about us today is propaganda. Our culture is propaganda. It's not really us. It's propaganda. Everything that we like is because of propaganda. All of the shit that we do is really propaganda, bro. And all of the mindset that they have embedded into us is all propaganda, bro. It's not. This shit's not really like that. Imagine. Okay, think about it. Just think about this logically. How easy would it be to control somebody when you're telling them their people came from nowhere and you've been beaten and subdued to it, and this is what you're supposed to be? It's easier to control that person. Why would you ever tell somebody Yeah, your people owned the majority of the money around after slavery, right? When slavery was completely abolished, not just for black people but for everybody. When it was abolished for everybody, your people had the majority of the money. You had more money in the bank. You had more money in your banks than we did, than the Federal Reserve did.
Yes, black people were very prosperous.
So imagine telling that to people that you're trying to control. It wouldn't work out.
Well, that's why they had to change the culture. That was the whole reason behind what we were talking about, the welfare state, and we got to do these reparations for the black people, but the black people were doing like great. They were economically doing,
and then why
exceedingly well.
Think about it. So you know that. Why were we doing so much better if they had a jump start, right? Mm-hmm. How could you beat somebody? How could you be financially better than somebody that was better than you? Think about it. So fast. Obviously, there was somebody who's better at cultivating the land, who knows the land.
Well, but you guys were also the black community was also involved in like innovation, like inventing new things. You guys like there was this big boom after slavery ended, and all these black people went to college, and they learned real skills, not just a liberal arts degree.
Right.
They learned real world skills and real world applicable sciences.
That's where we failed, though. That's where I feel like we messed up. Because while we was learning how to actually do things, they were learning how to actually get over on us. So you said liberal arts. They sitting up there talking, and they learning how to talk. They're learning how to persuade. They're learning Russian propaganda. They're learning how to sway things in their way with literature. While we're out here in the field, stoplights, car patents, electricity, things we're just doing. We're in the field. And that's where they were able to sway things. Okay, y'all can do that. We'll figure out how to trick that up out y'all real soon. So they went back into the lab, went to school, did more of the reading and the writing and all of that stuff. And I'm not saying we were doing that too, but it was more skill based because we were doing more skills. We were doing more stuff. Yeah. Because we've been doing more stuff, right? Our hands have always been in use. They just was over here like, oh, how y'all do that? That's what they were doing. And then once the schools and stuff started being built, then they sat back and was like, okay, we'll just figure out how to switch it. That's how we got the curriculum we are today. That's the curriculum today. It's not really a win or a loss. It was just somebody was smarter at getting the word out quicker than we could. Same thing with the Democrats and Republicans, right? And Republicans used to be majority what?
Black.
So we failed at what? Which Republicans somehow still fell at.
Getting their message across.
Getting the message out.
Don't fucking do this to me, bro. You. All right.
You are smart, bro. You just think. They're still good at what they do today. They've been doing it this whole time.
Yeah, no, Democrats definitely have a way to apply to people emotionally and get that control over them. And that's one of the things why I say, like, one of the people I was talking to was saying, like, I know I'm biased and I know I'm coming from an emotional standpoint, but this is just the way I feel. And I don't want to undercut someone's emotions and feelings because it's a real thing. You really feel this way, but if you're when you operate off of emotion, because there is a place for emotion, but if you if you operate off of emotion, you are so easily manipulated. Like, you are an easily manipulated target, and that's why I do my best to stay away from emotion. Like, I function off of what can
be proved factually.
Well, what can be proved factually, but what is logical? Right. Because logic isn't necessarily facts. Logic is just I don't know how to explain it, but it's
common sense.
Yeah, common sense type stuff. And so I hope to God that didn't stop the video. I don't think so. Logic is like the only thing that can hold you.
You want to go see right quick?
Okay.
Because I don't want this to stop if it stopped. You know what I'm saying? See, we was just gonna keep on giving them goodness, and it was gonna be stopped.
Oh, motherfucker!
It hasn't been stopped, has it?
It looks like it.
Whoa! None of that got?
6 minutes of it. We've been talking for an hour.
Only 6 minutes was recorded?
Only 6 minutes were recorded. Oh my god. Okay, we'll just release the audio version.
This is a good one.
This is a good one. We'll release the audio version.
Okay.
All right. That sucks.
Just do like just do like cute photos of like while we're talking. Just put in like you know how we used to do like the little slideshows back in the day. You just pop a little photo of a cat. You know, just make it.
I'm dead. I'm gonna have to too. Oh, that sucks, dude. All right. Well, I guess it'll just be the people. This will be a listening podcast.
Sheesh.
Oh, that sucks. And we've been talking for an hour and 14 minutes.
Oh man, this is one of the ones that you like. Damn, I don't want to. This needs to get out to the people.
Yeah,
but just not without my beautiful mug and your beautiful mug. with cat photos.
Cat photos. All right. Well, I guess we can wrap it up there. I'm sad now.
Yeah, I'm a little sad too.
All right. Well, I don't know what episode this is, but it's been.
I think it was like 14.
Something like that.
I'm throwing it out there. I don't know.
But it's nice to see you again. I haven't seen you in a minute.
Same.
Like the last podcast we did is like the last time we saw each other. It's like it's been a minute.
We both been grinding.
I'm out here grinding.
We've been grinding, but it's okay because we about to tap back in. I was gonna say I have more free time. I don't have more free time, but there's time that I was allocating for something else that I can totally erase now out of my schedule and come and do this.
As well as you finally getting your mic back and doing something, bro.
Yeah.
Like
my God, I have a lot of shit to talk. Look, all you racist motherfuckers, y'all gonna love me. I'm talking all bad shit about black people,
bro.
Oh my God. Hey, look, at this point, come endorse me. You people that the Confederate flag, come endorse me,
bro. Did you see that video I showed?
What
the one I shared on Facebook, the KKK?
No.
He's like, we need he's a racism is hot once again. And we need to get the message out to the people. And this and that. And then there was a young KKK member. And he's like, hey, he goes, I got it. He goes, what we're going to do is we're going to pronounce people's names wrong. And that's racist. He's like, what? He goes, that's not racist. He goes, it's got to be hateful. You got to, right. He goes, you got to, relish in the hate. And he goes, no. He goes, nowadays, if you pronounce someone's name wrong, that's racist. If you ask someone who's not white where they're from, that's racist. He goes, if you, what is it? Like, if you all do all this other shit, and he's like, that's racist. And he's like, yeah. And he goes, anyone can be racist nanodays. And he's like, and a black dude walks up and he's like, what about my friend Jamal? And he's like, he'll never be denied his race. And he goes, puts on a MAGA hat.
Come on.
And he goes, and
come on.
And he goes, get this man a hood.
I'm trying to tell you, anybody that's racist, come endorse me because I'm talking shit. Up until we get it together, then I'm gonna have to turn back on you. You know what I'm saying? But at least I'm letting you know I'm only faking it till we get good again. And then I'm gonna flip it back.
That's not faking it. And it's not even about black people. It's the culture, bro. It's just the culture. Because you have white dudes out here with grills and shit too, talking about what you gonna do if I run in your house? Shut the fuck up,
but
bro.
the thing is, you can have the grill. It's just the simple fact that you motherfuckers are sitting there. There's a don't snitch. When 90% of 95% of cases get closed due to snitching. So who are we saying don't snitch to,
bro? And the other thing, well, you're saying don't snitch to the law-abiding citizens who aren't afraid. But here's the thing: is snitching is when you are involved in the act and you snitch on your people who you're with.
Right.
Citizens who call the police and tell them what they are not snitches.
They're not snitches.
They are innocent bystanders who you are wrecking their community.
And then you have these people going there. Oh, well, women and kids can tell. Okay, so when I was a young boy, people would come up to me and be like, "If you snitch, we're gonna beat your ass." I was a kid.
Yeah,
that's bullshit. Yeah. Fuck that. We need to start taking care. Look, okay. Before we end this, I always say it. Fuck the Democrats. Fuck gang banging. Fuck fast. Fuck soul food. With everything. Fuck all. Fuck all the shit that you got that we think is cool and cute. Fuck Obama. Fuck all that shit because that shit doesn't work for us. that shit only works. All that shit does is kill us in which way I can figure out and find. I'm tired. I'm honestly tired of us dying. And I'm tired of us subjecting ourselves to the very thing that's going to kill us in the future. I'm sick and tired of it, bro. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of us thinking it's okay to beat our women. I'm tired of our women thinking it's okay to demasculate and beat us down. I'm tired of us parading with these motherfuckers that as soon as they get power, they always turn their back on us. I'm tired of it, man. Fuck all that shit. We need to clean slate everything and go back to the drawing board and just cut everything out. And then if we still fail, then fuck it all. But
not even the drawing board, bro. We know it works.
Well, we know
it works, bro. The nuclear family works. We need to stop this whole side chick fucking culture.
Yeah,
like we need that side hoe shit. That what is it?
There's always something main out man, better. And,
your main man and your side man. Like we need to stop that whole fucking culture because that right there. You don't think about it very much when you're young, but that right there wrecks the fucking culture.
Right.
Because I mean, how many babies are had out of wedlock? You know. And baby, the most highly aborted babies is out of the black community. It's like 1,500 a day, I think. Because
they prescribing us, they're telling our women it's okay to kill your baby.
Well, when Margaret Sanger's fucking messaging, like her messaging was perfectly clear. Like it was perfect, like the way they delivered it, because when you can make someone believe that something that's extremely harmful to them is good to them, you are a genius. She was a genius.
And that's why I just told you, our biggest downfall is the downfall of the Republicans. Our biggest downfall is the same problem Republicans have today, which it probably is the same situation because we're Republicans.
Here's the thing: is fuck 70% of the Republicans too, because 70% of those motherfuckers are crooked, and they don't. And they'll tell you they'll tell you that they want to leave you alone and everything, but they're cool with the Democrats fucking taking over power on you.
Democrats is going against themselves right now too.
Yeah, because you have the like moderate 10% who are like, we can't do that because we're going to be losing our seats because we're in purple states. We're not in red states or blue states. We're in purple. It's half and half, and if we push too hard, we're going to lose. Mm-hmm. You know, and so you have that, which is a good guard against it. But the squishies, the Republicans that are squishy, have no fucking spine. They only had a spine. Remember, we can go back to the podcast before the election, and I said I hope that these people don't fucking lose their spine if Trump gets out.
And they did,
and they fucking lost their spine.
They did definitely. They definitely sold out. That's why I say at this point it's really just. Like it's two wings on the same bird.
DeSantis
and fucking
Abbott, like
big nuts.
Yeah, bro, they're the ones fucking holding it down for the Republicans, bro. They're the ones who are holding it down for the conservative ideology.
And see, what we have to do now is we now have to take back narratives. We now have to be able to be articulate our words just as good as they did. Now, what they did was they got in the lab and we basically all I'm gonna just call these people. I'm not gonna say every Democrat, but these people are just constructural destructors. They know how to word everything, mm-hmm. And so
the language is so important.
The
reason for censorship, right? Yeah. It's you're causing harm. You're causing harm
only to one side though.
Well, no, if like Dave Chappelle.
Right.
Oh, he's causing harm. His jokes are causing harm?
Right.
Who's hurt?
Who's hurt?
Yeah. You can't tell me who's hurt because nobody's hurt.
It's a big old white dude with pink hair.
Maybe your feelings.
Right.
Your feelings are hurt, but no one's harmed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they do. They conflate harm and discomfort.
And then on top of that, they make you feel good. And see, and this has also been a problem of ours is truth always hurts. Truth will always. It's the one problem is truth will always hurt. The truth will always hurt. If I tell you, if you tell me, yo, you 300 pounds, and every time you get in my back seat, I feel my back tired. I feel my back seat go down. I would rather hear you're not that big. You're beautiful. I'd rather go that route than what you told me. But you're right. And so instead of me listening to you and be like, damn, I got to get in this gym, I'm going to listen to him and I'm going to just blow myself and basically eat to death because I decided to go that route. And so what they're good at doing is they're good at nursing your feelings and nursing how you feel. And then they come in with the propaganda.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I say people who operate off of emotion are easily manipulated.
Yeah. Facts.
And I used to operate off of him. That's why I believe that shit about Trump. He's gonna deport 3 generations back. I was like, this motherfucker. I hope he does. I hope he fucking tries.
Right.
Like that. I operated off of emotion, so I know.
Right.
And that's why I tell my dad, like, I was like, look. Because he's Trump's he's a traitor.
But
and
your
I was
dad
like,
is a Republican.
he is, and I go look. I go, you're not telling you're ideologically possessed. And he's like, what? And I'm like, because I can everything you're telling me, I can get right off of CNN. It's not you. That's CNN using you as a mouthpiece. That's not you. That's CNN. Or MSNBC or whatever other liberal slanted media.
Right.
That's why you won't hear me say the same things as Fox News, because I disagree with some of their shit. You know, we agree on freedoms, but I disagree about like drug policy. Like, I think that all drugs, that's a liberal. What's it called? I think all drugs should be legal. I think people should be left alone. I think gay people should be married. I think you can do whatever the fuck you want as long as you're not stepping on anyone else.
For sure. That means they're kids.
That's where abortion is. You're stepping on someone else. You're stepping on a life.
And they just can't speak yet.
Yeah.
So that's why you're giving the right of murder.
They can't defend themselves. And the messaging is, you've done a great job at dehumanizing humans. You've dehumanized babies in the same way you dehumanized slaves during the beginning of the country.
Which is no different than what you said in Russia, where they ate the children. Because you can eat the children, because the children are not going to fight back.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's out of starving and survival. Like,
but I'm just saying, I mean, it's the same type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, look who's being affected in most of these decisions.
The babies, yeah.
Or the people that can't fight back.
Yeah.
Because you'll come and bully anybody that won't fight for themselves. Like the one dude that came with the sign, he was just a dude who came and said, I like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
And they ripped his sign out of his hand and threw it down. People that can't defend themselves. Those guys are bullies. This is all bully tactics to people that can't defend themselves or are afraid to defend themselves. Yeah. And then in the babies, somebody who just really can't even, they can sock the stomach like, don't kill me. That's about all they can do.
Oh, bro, that have you seen that video?
What video?
Where the baby gets ripped apart? They show an abortion and how it happens. And
my God.
And the baby is like struggling to survive.
Look, bro.
He's like pulling back, like fighting against it.
All murder is hard to witness.
It's sad, bro. It brings like a tear to your eye. Like,
when you could have just been sexually responsible, wore a condom, pulled. I don't think pull up method work. Wore a condom. A day after, you can nut in somebody all you want. Just give them a pill for $45. But that goes to show you who's having kids. People that can't even afford $45.
Yeah, and that's my thing too. Like, I was talking with someone and they're like, I don't think the government should be paying for Viagra, because I guess Medi-Cal pays for Viagra.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, me either. And they're like, I'm like, yeah, dude. I don't think, if you're not financially responsible to handle your sex life,
for sure,
your sex life isn't what you should prioritize. Your financial standing is what you should prioritize.
Right. And then, most people that's getting that is kids. And then that goes to show you, it's just a fucking rabbit hole. Why do they even need Viagra? You're a whole kid. Like you're a child. You should be at your sexual prime. What do you even need? We just go down from there. You know what I'm saying? But
dude, fuck.
it's
Oh my God.
shit going up.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, you're right. The messaging is in a very important part, because we've lost the messaging. We're all on policy.
See, we've never been good at our own message. But the only black people that's good at messaging are the people that's been funded by these fools to push their rhetoric.
Well, they're trained Marxists, as you say. The two co-founders of Black Lives Matter, trained Marxists.
But it's okay, because there's people out here like me and people out here like you. And we're going to change the narrative with our words. See, we're going to do it differently now. But now we got to get back to not being late. Well, fuck, it's a lot of shit we got to change. Because we used to be, at least back then, we were hustling and bustling. Now we too cool with the state. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We got to get back to hustling and bustling. Then that's when you can use me. You know what I'm saying? The wordsmith. You know what I'm saying? The wordsmither. And then we can get back to. Because that's all I'm good at this point. I'm good at running my mouth and striking a nerve. And that's what we needed, which we didn't have then. We had too much shut up and work back then. Now, since we all been lazy, some of us didn't got good with running our mouth. So just get back to being good at working, and then this is when you use me.
I feel it.
The sixth man. I'm not important.
I'm not important. I'm
just
dead.
the sixth man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, no, I feel it, bro. It's
And y'all just got to figure out how to halt what they're trying to get going, because y'all are straight. Most Hispanics I meet, y'all straight. Y'all do y'all shit. Y'all make sure, even if y'all don't even love each other, y'all take care of them kids, and y'all do what y'all got to do for the children first.
That's one thing, is they stick to fucking together, even if they don't.
Thick and thin, man.
What's it called? For the children.
And honestly, I don't believe in love, because it's not. I mean, yeah, we do fall in love. But I don't believe in love. I believe in what are you going to die for? Because if we all lock in on one goal, it does not matter who loves who, because we might not love each other, but if somebody touch your kids, I'm dying for your kids and you dying for mine. Fuck that love shit. You know what I'm saying? I believe in efficiency and getting the job done.
Yep.
We don't gotta love each other. You know what I'm saying? Just give me a little wop wop bop bop, and then you know what I'm saying? We'll figure shit out. You know what I'm saying?
He said wop wop bop. But yeah, bro. Yeah, it's you right. We gotta focus on the messaging. We do really do.
That's what you and me here for.
Yes. This is a fucking good one. This is a good one, bro. I'm sad it's only gonna be an audio version, but I'm telling you, cats. You just put a compilation of photos with us. Just us doing different things, like, you know what I'm saying, posing and stuff like that. I'll probably put the profile pic for our YouTube channel.
Okay.
And then put the profile pic for the YouTube channel, and do the I'll see about cutting in like certain photos for what we're talking about. And
thank you to all the people that listen to us and that's been actually waiting for us to post something. I appreciate when you guys come into the inbox and say like, when y'all guys gonna drop another episode. We really appreciate it. For all the 10 to 20 people that rock with us, you know what I'm saying, 50, all the 50 people that rock with us, man, we appreciate it. And that's all love, bro. I'm glad that anybody's listening, man. It's a blessing, for real.
All right, my guys. Well, it's been real. We out, man.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Sooner than later.
That's right, bro. All right.